Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Please, someone should just, I need to hear someone's voice. Please confirm you can hear me and you can see me.
I can hear you and I
Good
can see you.
afternoon.
I can hear you, I can see you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I can hear you and I can see you.
Thank you very much. And I hope I will see more people often. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining. Welcome. And if you're on this call today, you are right in time for a beautiful experience. This is Seaside Toastmasters Club. Seaside is one of over 1,400 clubs scattered across over 300 countries around the world. We are a member of Toastmasters International. Now, Toastmasters International is a public speaking and leadership organization. And we just do two things to help people develop their speaking competence and their leadership competence. So if you are here, a Toastmaster or a guest, for Toastmasters, they are on that journey already. But if you are a guest and speaking and leadership is something that excites you and something you think you want to be better at, I would recommend Toastmasters Club, especially Seaside Toastmasters. At Seaside, we usually meet twice in every month, the first and second Saturdays of the month. However, for the months of October and November, we are meeting 3 times. This is to ensure that we will not be having meetings in December because we want to chill off in December and rest. So for this month of November, we will have 3 meetings as well. It means today is the second meeting in November, and the 3rd meeting will hold next week, Saturday. Our first meeting is usually a hybrid meeting at Echo Hotels, and you could join online, while our second meetings in the month, it's strictly virtual, like we are having today. Welcome, and the meeting is just about to start. However, before we move into the meeting proper, I would want to establish some ground rules that will help us have a very smooth and effective meeting. The first one is, if you are not speaking at the time, you are encouraged to leave your microphone on mute, unless otherwise you think that where you are is absolutely silent. But we will not want any form of distraction during the meetings. Please, let's keep to that. The second one is that if you are called up to speak, or if you volunteer to speak, as in the case of table topics, we encourage you to turn on your videos, because that is what makes the meeting more interactive for everyone and more enjoyable for the whole experience of the meeting. Please, let's have our videos on whenever we are up to speak. And if you are in a good environment, it will be nice to have your video on throughout the meeting. Nobody stops that. Let's just see your face. Let's get that human interaction. Please, let's do that. And then the third one is that let us ensure to use the chat box, because during the course of the meeting, information will be shared in the chat box. We will use the chat box to communicate more and to share more experiences, to give feedback, to get the meeting a bit more interactive. Please use the chat box, type in whatever is in your mind. Feel free and get involved in the meeting. Welcome again to Seaside Toastmasters Club, and I hope that in the next 2 hours, we will have a good ride on. Now, to kickstart the meeting, I would like us to take the Toastmasters promise. Please, Mr. Zoom Master, let's have the Toastmasters promise on the screen. Thank you. Now, this is how it goes. So it doesn't sound rowdy. You all will stay on mute and take the promise wherever you are. Then I will take the promise for everyone to hear. Let's go. 1, 2, go. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow Toastmasters with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so that they could see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules of all Toastmasters educational and recognition program, to act within the Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence. So we have, during the course of all Toastmasters activities, yes, so we have promised. Thank you once again. Thank you for taking that promise to all Toastmasters. It's a commitment to what we are here for. Again, welcome, and this is Seaside Toastmasters Club. To move this meeting forward, I'll be handing control of this virtual lectern to our president. Our president is an experienced advertising and business strategist who currently serves on the board of some technology-driven companies. He is passionate about technology-driven solutions and community service. He joined Toastmasters to improve his public speaking and leadership skill. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please, with all the virtual emojis you can get, type on the chat box, do whatever you think you can do. Just please help me make welcome our president to the virtual lectern, Toastmaster Ebube Modi. Mr. President, the lectern is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ogonda, our Sergeant at Arms, for today's meeting, for calling the meeting to order. Thank you for setting the tone and also the ground rules. Well done. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Seaside Toastmasters Club. Just as the Sergeant at Arms has established, we're all here to become better communicators and better leaders. We're all work in progress. We're striving to become a better version of ourselves. And we're almost approaching the final meeting for 2024. And our next meeting that is going to hold on 16th of November, 2024 is going to be our last meeting for the year. And I also like to extend an invitation to you. Please try and set your calendars to be available for our virtual meeting that is happening next week, Saturday, 16th of November, 2024. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to create a positive and supportive learning experience where members can develop their leadership and communication skills. Once again, I'd like to say welcome to you, and we feel so privileged to have you join our meeting today. The theme of our meeting today is the man within. Oftentimes, I have seen some phrases online. I've also heard phrases when I interact with people. And one of the phrases I see more often online is fake it till you make it. And while I was in Owerri, that is Owerri, for those who do not know Nigeria, Owerri is in Imo State in Nigeria. While I was in Owerri for my schooling, I usually have interactions with a couple of people. And this is more common with the ladies. And sometimes when we interact, they will tell me, looking good is good business, right? So fake it till you make it, looking good is good business. Now, those are suggestive phrases that are focused more on the outer part of ourselves. It helps us to become so much conscious about how people perceive us, about our appearances, about corporate branding, right? And I have seen a lot of people who have had access to doors, to opportunities using these phrases. Fake it till you make it, looking good is good business. However, the question now is, when you have access to the door, have you been able to work on yourself, refine yourself, build the capacity to continue in the continuous cycle of growth? Or is it just going to be that you will have access to the door? So the theme of our meeting today, the man within, is encouraging us to try to see how to deal with the inner man. According to the religious people, the spiritual people, they often tell us sometimes that the spiritual controls the physical, right? Which means that you have to deal more with the spiritual so you can have a physical that you want. And in Toastmasters, we are dealing more on the man within. The man within, we believe that we have identified our strengths, have also identified our weaknesses. Some of us have self-doubt. Some of us have anxiety issues. Some of us have fears, stage fright, and a lot of them. Have you been able to take your time to deal with the man within? Now, this is why Toastmasters is very useful and very helpful to our generation, because it helps us to practice our fears. It helps us to get feedbacks on how we can enhance our fears and how we can conquer our fears. It helps us to have access to the door and to also retain the door and continue to grow in a continuous cycle, in a continuous positive cycle. So I'd like to encourage us today. Today's meeting has been put forward by a team of very diligent, exceptional, and amazing people with you in mind, because we all are going through the same cycle of becoming better communicators and better leaders. We have one fear or the other that we intend to deal with. And there's a saying which I like the most. He said the main thing is to keep the main thing, the main thing. And I like to encourage us, please leave your minds open as we go through this journey together. Let us conquer this fear of public speaking. Let us conquer the fear of self-doubt when it comes to leadership, and let us become better communicators and better leaders. Our inspirational quote for today's meeting is taken from someone I love the most, Plutarch. And he said, what we achieve in what we change outer reality. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the ball is now in your court. Please deal with the man within, conquer the fears, and Toastmasters has given us a platform to become better communicators and conquer whatsoever fears that we have. On this note, I'd like to declare the meeting open. And before I proceed, I would like to mention that in every typical Toastmasters meeting, we have someone that we anchor each session in Toastmasters. And in the social events, that person is called the MC, or the Master of Ceremony, as many people may refer them to. And in Toastmasters, we call them Toastmaster of the Day. So I'm going to be handing over to our Toastmaster of the Day to take this meeting forward. And our Toastmaster of the Day is someone who I respect the most. He is a seasoned sales and marketing professional. He is a sports and fitness enthusiast. He loves to spend quiet time in nature and enjoys playing the game of chess in his leisure time. He's someone that you have already seen on your screen. And please, with a virtual round of applause, join me as I welcome Toastmaster Ugonna Anyao as he takes over the lectern as the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Ugonna Anyao.
Thank you most kindly. Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon once again, Toastmasters and guests. I am excited to be on your screens today. I know how much happy I am because it's always beautiful to do this. Thank you to our Vice President Education and everyone for this opportunity. At Toastmasters, one fundamental truth is, if you commit yourself to the journey, after some time, you will see the results. For me, I have found that to be true, and I am always excited anytime I have the opportunity to play a role as the Toastmaster of the day. Like our president have explained, my role is just quite simple. I will lead us on the journey through the agenda from the beginning to the end of this meeting so we could have a pleasant experience. That means I have the easiest role. I'm not doing anything. I will just call on whoever it is that we take on the stage and wow us today. Today we have lots prepared for you. We have prepared speeches lined up. We have table topics coming up for our guests and Toastmasters. We are encouraged to participate in table topics. We have beautiful and enlightening evaluations that will be coming from very competent Toastmasters who will be giving us evaluations during the course of the meeting. Because at the end of the day, the reason why we are gathered here is for us to be better in one way or the other. And all these activities lined up, they are there to help us get better. As Toastmasters, like I've said, our meetings are usually under 3 segments. The prepared speech segment where people, Toastmasters, that means members, have prepared their speeches before time and they come here to present their speech from their pathway project. The second aspect is the table topics. Now, the table topics is the time when we have the opportunity to speak what the English people call extemporaneously. That means to speak impromptu, to speak off the cuff. That is the second segment of the meeting. And then finally, it's that of feedback. It is important for us to get feedback and to give feedback. And for Toastmasters, feedback is one of those things we live for. Feedback is what makes us get better. So we'll be having the evaluation segment of the meeting. Welcome once again to Seaside Toastmasters Club, and let's go on to this journey. Now, talking about evaluations. To lead in that evaluation segment is someone we call the general evaluator. The general evaluator has a team of evaluators who will help us through the meeting and give us feedback at the end of the meeting. And that general evaluator for today, it's someone whom we respect a lot, a seasoned member of Toastmasters, of Seaside Toastmasters precisely. A general evaluator is a registered surveyor. He provides surveying services to help individuals and organizations with their land procurement and title registration needs. He is the immediate past president of Seaside Toastmasters Club. His hobbies include playing chess, exploring poetry, and watching sitcoms. That's to tell you how interesting such a person is. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please make welcome to the virtual lesson our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Ajani Ibrahim. Toastmaster Ibrahim, the lectern is yours.
Good afternoon, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Please confirm that you can hear me loud and clear.
Beautiful, I can hear you and I can see you clearly.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. As introduced, my name is Ibrahim Ajani, and I'll be playing the role of General Evaluator today. As the General Evaluator, the purpose of General Evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, myself and my team of very competent and gallant role players will take notes on everything that happens throughout the meeting. And towards the end of the meeting, we'll come back and give a report. Now, one of the reasons we joined Toastmasters is to improve ourselves personally. And one way that Toastmasters helps us to improve is by giving, receiving, and applying feedback. During this meeting, we'll be evaluating the prepared speeches and the tip topic speeches. I would also be evaluating every aspect of the meeting. We'll be observing each of the meeting role players. I'll be looking at their preparation, their organization, and how well they perform their duties. Now, I will not be doing this alone. I have a team of competent role players that would help me in playing this role. The first role player that I'll be introducing to the lectern is our grammarian for today. Our grammarian for today is the current evaluation champion of Era 11. So you know she's very competent. She likes to dabble in different hobbies, such as reading, watching movies, or gisting. She is the Vice President Education of the Totals Energies Lagos Toastmasters Club. She believes in modeling the 3 Cs, calm, cool, and collected. She's an engineer with a twist, combining her technical reservoir engineering skills with the ability to connect, communicate, and collaborate effectively with others. Our grammarian for today is Toastmaster Igolo Aniebo. With a resounding applause, join me in bringing to the virtual lectern, Toastmaster Igolo Aniebo.
Good afternoon, General Evaluator. Please confirm you can see and hear me.
I can see, I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome, thank you. So working with today's theme, which was the man within, I thought that the word for today, reflect, would be very imperative in telling the story of what the man within is going to be. And what does reflect mean? It means to think deeply or carefully about something. For example, as TM Kudus looked at the mirror, he saw a reflection of himself that he liked. Or Mary reflected on her journey through life and saw the grace of God. There are different word forms, of course, such as reflection, which is a noun, or reflective as an adjective. I look forward to the use of the word today in today's meeting, and I'll be back to give a report. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Mr. General Evaluator, you're on mute.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Thank you. Once again, thank you very much, Madam Grammarian, Toastmaster Igolo Aniebo. The word of the day is reflect. And I encourage all of us to use the word of the day as we embark upon this meeting. The next person I'll be introducing, the next role player, is the R counter. Our R counter today is a very, very competent Toastmaster. She is a member of Surulere Toastmasters Club. Surulere means patience is profitable. Coincidentally, her name is Toastmaster Patience Ode. She's a food analyst who joined Toastmasters fully in 2021. She loves to sing, dance, and smile. Her favorite quote is, "Life is beautiful." With a resounding applause, join me in bringing to the virtual lectern Toastmaster Patience Ode.
Thank you very warmly and kindly, Toastmaster Ajani. When you mentioned the word patience, I couldn't help but smile the more. Thank you for helping me reflect on my name once again. The name Patience has gain. Patience is gainful. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My role as the accountant in today's meeting is to help us become better communicators, better speakers, without the use of filler words and sounds. How do we become better communicators? We can become better communicators by speaking clearly, more confidently, without using filler words and sounds like eh, well, so, and repetitive phrases like I, this means, this means. During the meeting, I will be taking notes of the number of times each speaker used any of these filler words or sounds. And at the end of the day, I'll come back to give a report of how we fared with the use of these filler words. I want us to know that as we speak, our words reflect our thoughts. Our pauses reflect our awareness. And our fillers like well, reflect moments of hesitation. Let's aim for clarity and confidence today, minimizing those filler words so that the power of our messages will be very, very clear. Thank you very much. And it's back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you very much. The very, very intelligent Toastmaster Patience today. As we speak, our words reflect our thoughts. That is very nice. I encourage all of us in this meeting today to be conscious of pause fillers. Instead, let us use pauses. I can see that we don't have our scheduled timer on the call, but Mr. President is already changing his background to green, yellow, and red. Does that mean that he's stepping in for the timer?
Yes, yes, yes. I will be stepping in if the timer is not yet here. Maybe you can confirm if the timer is here.
All right. Do we have Toastmaster Frank Nzogang on the call? The timer for today. Well, in the absence of our scheduled timer, I would like to introduce our replacement timer, our substitute timer for today's meeting. That would be Mr. President himself. He has been previously introduced. He is a man that needs no introduction. To explain the role of the timer, I would like to bring to the lectern Toastmaster Ebube Modi.
Thank you so much, the General Evaluator, for the warm introduction. So I'm going to be serving as a timer for today's meeting, and my role is simple. I'm going to ensure that we keep to time, because when we keep to time, we would be able to end the meeting on time. And I'm going to be doing this using 3 different color cards. I have the green, the yellow, and the red. On the green, it means that your speech is qualified. In Toastmasters, your speech is expected to get to a minimum time for it to be qualified to be voted for. And when I share the green, it means that you are fast approaching the end of your time. When I share the red, it means that your time is over. Please round up and hand over control to the TMOD or to the person in charge. However, a grace of 30 seconds will be given to you if you fall due of your time. So for our speaking segments today, we're going to be having the prepared speech segment. Prepared speech segment, I'd like you to please pin me because I'm going to be changing my screen in this manner. When it gets to 5 minutes, I'm going to change my screen to the green card. When it gets to 6 minutes, I also change my screen to the yellow. I'll change my video to the yellow card. And then when it gets to 7 minutes, I will change to the red. And for the table topic segment of today's meeting, you are expected to speak for a minimum of 1 minute. When it gets to 1 minute, I share the green. When it gets to 1 minute, 30 seconds, yellow. When it gets to the 2 minutes, I share the red. And then for the evaluation segment of our meeting, please, you are expected to evaluate for a minimum of 2 to 3 minutes. When it gets to 2 minutes, I share the green. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, yellow, 3 minutes, red. I would like to encourage us to plan ourselves properly so we can arrive on time. Back to you, the General Evaluator, for today's meeting, Toastmaster Ibrahim Ajani.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for giving us the lowdown of how the timing rules for today's meeting is going to work. I really appreciate you. Now, I would like us to give all my meeting role players a round of applause. Let us give our role players a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. As we proceed along today's meeting, I would encourage us to use the word of the day, reflect. And while reflecting on this meeting in itself, let us take pauses instead of using pause fillers, and let us be conscious of our time usage. One man who has been reflecting throughout the course of this meeting is our Toastmaster of the day. He keeps looking up and sometimes he looks down, reflecting on the man within. The man himself, Toastmaster Ugona Anyanwu. Thanks for handing over control of the meeting to me, and I hereby hand over control of the meeting back to you, our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you most kindly, General Evaluator. Sometimes when you look up and down, it doesn't mean you are reflecting about anything, but you just have to give people the illusion that you are reflecting. So they take you much seriously, they take you serious. Talking about reflection, it was the British playwright William Shakespeare in his book, As You Like It, in one of his plays. He said that all of the world is a stage. What that means is we are all here as actors and actresses. When we come out, we wear the best clothes, we put on all the smiles we could have. We just try to be as pleasant as human beings as we can. But at the end of the day, is that really who we are? The man within is still with all of us. Looking at people smiling, especially in times like this, might not give you the true picture of who people are. Deep within, we all know who we are, and that is what we can do. Talking about the man within, we just can never know. And we will be calling on the first speaker to move us in this beautiful journey of prepared speeches lined up for today, which is speech title, You Never Really Know. That title is already giving me that hope that I could reflect on my life today. But before I call on that speaker, I would like to call on the evaluator of the speaker who will tell us the purpose of that speech and the project. The evaluator of that first speaker, of our first speaker for today, is a young mom and an entrepreneur who has a passion for self-development and growth. She joined Toastmasters with the goal of acquiring the skill to become a great public speaker and leader. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please make welcome to the virtual lectern, the first evaluator, Toastmaster Chidalo Okebekwa.
Thank you most kindly, Toastmaster of the day. Please, apologies for my screen. This is my daughter's laptop, so I just have to manage myself. Please, apologies. Good morning, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests in the house. Thank you so much for joining this afternoon. My name is Toastmaster Chidalo Okabekwa, and I will be evaluating Toastmaster Chinwe Ogbonna's speech from the Presentation Mastery Level 1, Project 2. Her speech objective is writing a speech with purpose. And as the evaluator, I will be focusing my evaluation on her ability to write a speech with clear purpose. When she's done with her speech, I'll be back for the reports and feedback, and I will be giving my feedback on the clarity of her speech, the organization of her speech, and lastly, the overall impact of her speech. Good luck to you, Toastmaster Chinwendu Ogbonna. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you, Toastmaster Chidalo. Our first speaker, Toastmaster Chinwendu Ogbonna, is a certified and dedicated human resources professional with a progressive years of experience across a range of industrial sectors. She is generally a very easygoing person and appreciates good sense of humor, good music, and good food. With a speech title, You Never Really Know. You never really know. Please make welcome to the virtual lesson, dear Toastmasters and guests, Toastmaster Chinwendu Ogbonna.
All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Please confirm you can hear and you can see me.
Absolutely, we can hear you and see you.
Can I please have the timer pinned as well? I don't think I see the timer.
Yes, the timer, it's DK. You can pin the timer before you start. DK Ebube.
For some reason, I'm unable to. But I'll just go ahead.
You can leave your phone in gallery mode. You can change this to gallery mode so you see everyone on the call.
Chairman says it has already been pinned.
I still can't see, but it's fine. I think I'll just please just hold on. Just try to it. Okay, that's fine. All right. All right. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Have you ever looked at someone and thought that you had them all figured out? But the truth is that you never really know about people's lives. For every person we encounter, beneath the surface, beyond the casual smiles and polite nods, lies an untold story. A mix of experiences, emotions, hidden struggles, as well as triumph that would often shape who people are. Now, this reminds me of a lady called Mrs. Funke, who was also fondly called Madame Shop. Madame Shop was a middle-aged lady who had a provision store right next to my house. She was a very jovial and a very friendly person. And for the few years I lived in the neighborhood, she was always present at her shop. As a matter of fact, she opened her shop as early as 6 a.m. Now, each time I had to leave the house to work or wherever, I'll usually have to pass in front of her shop, which, like I said, was right next to my house. And which also meant that I would always have to greet her, both on my way out and on my way back home. Now, greeting her was not the problem for me. It was usually the conversations that would follow thereafter. Because you see, as much as Madame Chop was a very jovial and very friendly person, I also found her to be a very chatty and a very interesting person. So on my way out, upon greeting her, she would try to engage me for that conversation. And then she would ask questions such as, my daughter, are you going to work again today? That what I saw you the other day. Somebody I saw you the other day. I've not been seeing your sister. Where has she been? And not even minding that I probably could be in a hurry to get to my destination. Now, even on my way back, upon greeting her, she tried to engage me in random small talks, not minding that I could be tired and I just want to go home to get some rest. Now, in as much as I appreciated Madame Shop's jovial and friendly nature, at some point I just couldn't put up with her impulsiveness anymore, and I decided I was going to start avoiding her. And I decided to start doing this by either pretending I'm on a phone call when I'm getting past her shop, or I'll cross the opposite side of the road when getting past her shop. So on a particular day, I stepped out, and as usual, thinking of how to fulfill my first assignment of the day, which obviously was avoiding Madame Shop. But I noticed that she wasn't present at her shop, and her shop was closed. It was a big sigh of relief for me. On the second day, I stepped out. I noticed the same thing. Her shop was still closed, and she still wasn't present at her shop. It still was a huge sigh of relief for me. By the third day, I stepped out again. Madame Shop still wasn't present at her shop, and her shop was still closed. At this point, I began to sense it was a bit unusual, but I still didn't think too much of it. I thought maybe she traveled or something. A few days later, I stepped out again. An angel has gone to be with the Lord, boldly written over her image. stood there for a few minutes in shock. I was confused. I stood there for a few minutes in disbelief, shocked, baffled, confused. And I was asking myself, how did this happen when I have seen her barely how many days ago? But you see, upon inquiry, what I never really knew was that over the years, Madam Shop had been managing and battling with a terminal illness, which eventually led to her demise. Now, had it been I knew about her condition, I would have shown more care. I would have been willing to spend more time with her instead of deciding to start avoiding her. Now, fellow Toastmasters and guests, this brings me back to the question I asked initially. Have you ever looked at someone and thought that you had them all together? Now, the point I try to make from that story is that you never really know the full picture of someone's life journey. You see, it's very easy to make assumptions about people based on appearances. And even society has conditioned us to form quick judgments on others based on the little we see. And then we forget that there might be a whole lot more to their story. And I'll give a few examples. That one person is successful does not necessarily mean that the other person is lazy. That the man is a single dad or that the woman is a single mom does not necessarily mean that they are irresponsible. And the fact that a person is unmarried and advanced in age does not necessarily imply that they've got character flaws. But then again, how do we learn to stop making quick judgments or even quick assumptions of people we barely know? Now, one of the ways we can achieve this is to start to challenge our biases, because our judgments are often clouded by unconscious biases, which in turn influences our perceptions. Let's say, for instance, the next time you catch yourself making a quick judgment or even an assumption of someone you barely know, just stop and ask yourself, what do I know about this person? That way, challenge your bias. And another way we can achieve this is to start to foster a culture of empathy. Empathy, as we very well know, is the ability to share in the feelings of others. Let's say, for example, you decide to be empathetic towards someone who comes up as very, very annoying or irritating. You might just find out that they're probably going through some personal issues. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is a call to action. As we go about our lives, let's try to be more mindful of the hidden struggles others might be facing. And then let's choose time as always. For in every person we meet, there lies an untold story and a journey we know nothing about. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator. Here's my question.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Chiwendu. That was a beautiful speech. You never really know. In all honesty, you really don't know. We see people every day, we greet them, sometimes we don't greet them, sometimes we're in a good mood, sometimes we are not, but we really don't know what people are battling with. So I hope that today will be a good time for us to reflect on the choices we make and how we interact with people. A beautiful speech there. Thank you for that one, Toastmaster Chiwendu. We move quickly to our second speaker for today. But before I call on the second speaker, again, I would like to call on the evaluator of the speaker to tell us the purpose of this particular speech. The evaluator for the second speaker is a supply chain professional currently working at an energy company. Her interests or hobbies are music, traveling, reading, and she joined Toastmasters to improve her leadership, communication, and public speaking skills. With a resounding hand of applause, with all the emojis we could have, please let's make welcome to the virtual lectern, the evaluator for the second speaker, Toastmaster Miriam Okay.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, for that warm welcome. Please, can you confirm if you can see me and you can hear me? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, my fellow Toastmasters and the guests on the call. One of my assignments in today's meeting is to evaluate Toastmaster Wafika Adafiruku's speech titled Fibroid, the Hidden Reality. So she's speaking from the presentation mastery pathway, and she's currently on projects titled Researching and Presenting. So the purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. So I'm expecting Toastmaster Wafika to speak on any topic that she has decided and she has researched before this meeting. So the speech can be humorous, it can be informational, depending on the style she chooses. So I would also be back when called upon towards the end of the meeting to present her evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Miriam, for that introduction of the second speaker's project. For our second speaker, our second speaker for today is a geologist and the author of the fictional thriller, The Girl in the Labyrinth. She is currently the treasurer of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club. She enjoys writing, traveling, outdoor activities, and trying new things. She is a jack of many trades, and interestingly, she is also a master of writing about them all. Please, with a virtual hand of applause, please let's make welcome to the virtual lectern, Toastmaster Wafika Adaviruku. Toastmaster Wafika Adaviruku with a speech titled Fibroid, the Hidden Reality. Welcome, Toastmaster Wafika. Toastmaster Wafika, if you can hear me, we can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Getting better, but not clearly.
Okay.
I'll suggest if you're using headset, maybe you can just remove it and speak directly to the computer.
Toastmaster Wafika, if you can hear me, the president have suggested you remove the speaking aid, maybe the headset, and speak directly to your system.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, but you're on mute.
I joined on my phone so that I can. I don't know why this time's voice is not coming up. So just confirm you can hear me.
You have to put up the volume for one of the devices because we are getting feedback.
Yeah, I've done that. Is it better now?
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Sorry for the little glitch. More the hidden reality. And just as the title suggests, fibroid is so common these days, but yet it is hardly spoken about. It affects millions of women around the world. Yet the topic is not openly discussed. Before I move into my research on fibroid, let me give you let me reflect on my own journey with fibroid. In 2020, I went for a general checkup, and I was still have a fibroid, but it's a size of a penis or size.
Toastmaster Wafika, sorry to cut you. If you can hear me, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I think it's better.
Hello?
Yes, it's better now. We could go.
Okay. Okay. Back to what I was saying. The symptoms of fibroid are mostly heavy men's pain, pressure, frequent urination due to pressure on your bladder, infertility. For some people, there are no symptoms. And because of that is why you need routine screening, regular pelvic, abdominal pelvic scan to detect this earlier. The causes and the risk factors of this fibroid. For women, fibroid comes as a result of our hormonal factors. The estrogen, the estrogens that we generate during our monthly menstrual cycle. Women of African descent have been found out due to research to have more higher, are more exposed of genetics it also found that Black women are 5 to 6 times more exposed to, more liable to have fibroid than other ways. Research by African journals shows that 70 to 80% of Nigerian women would have had fibroid. Hello, my network went out. Am I back in now?
Yes, we can hear you actually. You can continue.
Okay. Fibroid can cause complications, pregnancy complications. And one of the case studies we have, late Dr. Dora Akwenyemi, her soul rest in peace, her fibroid turned malignant, leading to her death. What are the ways to reduce the effect of this fibroid on our life? Because there is no known cure for it yet, except surgery. There are other factors of reducing it. The number one and the most important thing is our diet and exercise. For most 9 to 5ers, you sit down daily. Sitting down have shown by research to cause a lot of health effects on us. So when you get home during the weekend, make sure at least 5,000 steps a day is very helpful. Our diet, make sure there's a lot of vegetable in your food. Vitamin D have shown by a lot of research, African Journal and all of that, to show that having a high dose of vitamin D, be careful, because vitamin D can cause toxicity. Then the major killer is sugar. It's not just fibroid. Sugar is a major killer for a lot of things. It causes a lot of illnesses as we know it. So reducing your sugar intake will help. Early detection and try to get early detection, go for regular medical checkup. And when it's time, when they are advised to get, I'll take herbal drugs to shrink it. If you are on this call today, my call for action is for every woman, and even every man, advise the women, make sure you detect this fibroid. Thank you. Back to you, the Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that educative one on fibroid, Toastmaster Wafika. Thank you for all our prepared speakers for today. Please, the timer, can you confirm that both of our speakers today, for our 2 prepared speakers, they met the requirement for voting in terms of keeping to time?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. For both speakers, they met the minimum requirements to be qualified for evaluation. And for Toastmaster Wafika, she exceeded her time with 1 minute, 28 seconds. So she spoke for 8 minutes, 28 seconds. So but Toastmaster Chiwendu, she spoke within time. Thank you so much. I'm back to you, TMO.
Thank you very much. That leaves just Toastmaster Chiwendu as the only eligible speaker to be voted for today. So we'll skip that section because Toastmaster Chiwendu has it. So we move quickly to the next segment of the meeting, which is the table topic segment. But before I move on, please, let's just give our thoughts on the chat box. How's the meeting going so far? How did we get the speeches? Was it enjoyable? What are the things we learned? I just want to see us interact in the chat box. Let's go. Just say hi, hello to someone in the chat box. Beautiful. Toastmaster DK likes Toastmaster Wafika's slide, and I think I did too because it was quite educative, even though I'm not a woman. But of course, we all have women around us, so it's always good to have good knowledge on issues like that. Well done, Toastmaster Wafika. Please, let's use the chat box to interact more. We move on to the table topic segment. Like I earlier said, for our guests, the table topic segment is the time where we have what we call the 2 minutes of fame. You have the opportunity to speak, but I will let the table topics master explain more about that and what table topics is all about. Our table topics master for today is someone we have already met and we have read her introduction. We are going to invite her back to the lectern as she takes on the table topic segment of the meeting. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please make welcome back to the virtual lectern our table topics master, Toastmaster Mariam. Okay.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Because of time, I will move on very swiftly to the table topic section. And as we all know, but just in case you're new to the meeting and you don't know, table topics is a chance for you or for everybody on this call, except myself, to practice thinking on our feet and speaking spontaneously. It's a great way to sharpen our communication skills and stretch our creativity, all in a supportive and encouraging environment such as Toastmasters International. Apologies. So for today's meeting, the theme is the man within, and I thought it will be apt for me to give you questions that will make you reflect on the man within. So I have prepared a few questions that will allow each and every one of us, or the person that is called to speak, to share our unique ideas or stories. And don't worry, there's no right or wrong answers. This is about expressing yourself and having fun. So I have, let me see, how many questions do I have? So I have 6 questions today, and I would like a volunteer who is a Toastmasters to show everybody in the room how it's done. So if you would like to volunteer and you're a Toastmaster, I would like to begin with you.
Toastmaster Chidalu-san.
Yeah, so Toastmaster Chidalu, we're going to go with you. I have 6 questions from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So you can pick any, then I'll read out the question to you.
All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Miriam. So this is actually my first time attempting a table topic. So I will try my best to nail it. But 3 is my favorite number, so I'll go with number 3. Thank you.
Okay. So what I have for question number 3, redefining success. What does success look like for you? And how has that vision evolved over time? I'm going to repeat myself. Redefining success. What does success look like for you? And how has that vision evolved over time?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Miriam. What does success look like for me? Personally, I think, or I'm very certain that every point we are currently, every milestone that we have achieved came from an idea. For example, if you're driving a Benz or a BMW, if you're living in a 4-bedroom apartment, if you're a professor, a teacher, a student, anything at all that you are currently was inspired or was originated from an idea. So success to me is the ability for you to convert your ideas to your reality. So you don't have to be the president of a country. You don't have to be the richest man in the world. So far, you're able to convert the ideas you had in the past to your reality. It mustn't be everything. You mustn't achieve all the ideas you had in mind, but so far you're able to count your blessings and count your milestones. I feel that that is the, what's the question again? So I feel that yes, that is the way to success, or that is a way to measure your success. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Miriam.
You're welcome. Thank you for that response. So I am going to need another volunteer. Okay, nobody is coming up. Nobody is coming up. So I'm going to call, okay, yeah. So we have the area director and Toastmaster Ibinabo. You can, I'm assuming it's Toastmaster Ibinabo. So you can unmute yourself and pick a number. So question number 3 is out. So we have 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6.
4, please.
4, okay. Life lessons. What's a life lesson you wish everyone would only learn early on? I repeat, what's a life lesson you wish everyone could learn early on?
Thank you, the Table Topics Master. What is a life lesson that I wish everyone would learn early? As I reflect on that question, I think of lessons that I wish I would have learned early. I believe there's several lessons, but I will probably narrow it down to 3. The first one is you have to work hard for everything. It doesn't matter. There's no shortcuts to anything. No matter what to achieve, you have to work for it. If you choose to go the bad way, you still have to work hard to be bad. If you choose to be good, you still have to work hard to be good. If you want to be a trader, a businessman, an intellectual, a professor, you still have to work hard at it. So start working hard early. The second one is I wish I had learned, I would like everyone to have to learn that you cannot please everyone. It's not possible. There's a saying that has been said commonly on social media. You are not jollof rice. Not everybody can like you. I totally agree with that. It's something that I wish that I had learned very early in life, because I felt as a middle child, I was a people pleaser. So I tried to make everyone happy. And in that way, I made myself really sad sometimes and did things I didn't want to do just to make other people happy. The third one is there's no certain definition of success. Success, like Tim Chidalu said earlier, can be something that you learn from somebody else. Success can also be what you have decided to do, what you have reflected on throughout your life and have chosen to do. If one decided that they wanted to be a school teacher and they're teaching kids, that's success. If one decided that they wanted to be a millionaire with 10,000 cars, that's success. And also, if somebody decides as well that success to them is spending quality time with their family, that is success. In summary, I would say, for one, success does not look like what anybody else, how you define it. It's how you define it. You have to work really hard and you cannot please everyone. You're not jollof rice. Thank you, the Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much for that impressive response. You not only gave us 1 lesson, you gave us 3 lessons. So I'm going to ask for another volunteer, or should I just call on someone? Do we have another volunteer? We don't have any. So you don't have wrong answers or right answers. Just go with the flow. Okay, so I'm going to call on Casey Sheung Adedamola.
There is a guest volunteering on the chat box. Her name is Mary.
Oh, Mary. Oh, nice. Nice. Please, can you unmute yourself and you can pick a question? We have question number 1, 2, 5, and 6 left.
Hi, Miriam. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm so sorry. I will not be able to use my video at this point. Is that allowed?
You can go ahead. Although
Okay.
we would see your face, you can go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Question number 5.
5. Okay. Question number 5. We have self-improvement. What are some qualities you strive to develop in yourself? I'm going to repeat and I'm also going to paste it in the chat box. So the question again is self-improvement. What are some qualities you strive to develop in yourself?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, table topic master Miriam. Okay. All right. So on self-improvement, what are the qualities I strive to develop, or what are the qualities you strive to develop in yourself? So first off, self-development to me means trying to become a better version of yourself. I mean, you do not try to be at the same level at every time. You need to move from one step to the other. So what are those qualities I strive to develop in myself? I would use this Toastmaster as one of the avenue I have tried or I'm trying to develop in myself, which is communication skill. So knowing that, I I intend to get better in this area of my life, I have decided to get acquainted with what is happening within the Toastmaster space, which I also believe that's what every one of us who is present here today is trying to achieve. So beyond communication skill, there are also other one, which is, for instance, hard skills. What are those hard skills that would make you better on your job? Are you delivering rightly on a daily basis? So I try to work on it. Excel skill, I mean, your PowerPoint presentation, and just all of that. So basically working on myself and ensuring that I have moved from what the level I am in to the next level I need to be at. Thank you. I'm not sure I presented perfectly, but here's what I can capture.
Thank you very much. You're going to get an evaluation very soon, so you can just hold on for that. So
Thank
before
you.
I call on another person, please can the timer confirm if I can continue or I should stop? Do we have sufficient time?
Hello, TMOD. Can you please advise?
Thank you most kindly, the table topics master. I think we should be done for today. So we have time for evaluation.
So thank you very much for listening and participating in today's table topics. Until next time, yours truly, Mariam. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you most kindly, Toastmaster Mariam. Please, Mr. Timer, confirm if all table topic speakers are eligible to be voted for. Let's have our table topics voting.
Yes, they are all eligible to be voted for. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Please let the Zoom master launch the poll for the voters in today's table topics. Please, let's vote for who we think gave the best table topic speech. Whatever criteria you want to use is up to you. But please, let's just put our votes in. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, let's do that quickly. Let's take out 30 seconds to do that. The poll will be up soon. Let's ensure that we all vote. While the voting is going on, moving forward, we must keep reflecting on our inner self, because it's our inner self that determines our thoughts, our beliefs, our emotions. And ultimately, that's what defines us beyond our appearances in society. And for me, our inner self requires reflections. It requires us to reflect on what we do, the choices we make, and how, most especially, we interact with people, because ultimately life is about people and the people we meet on a day-to-day basis. I'll be handing control over to the general evaluator for the evaluation segment of this meeting. For our guests, this is the last segment of the meeting where we will get the evaluations for all prepared speakers, table topics, and the general evaluation of this meeting. Please, with a resounding hand of applause, with emojis, with everything we can, please, in the chat box, let's welcome back to the virtual lectern our general evaluator for today's meeting, someone we have met before. Back here is Toastmaster Ajani. Toastmaster Ibrahim, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ogona, our TMOD for today. My name is Ibrahim Ajani. I'm the general evaluator for today, and I'm back for the final leg of this amazing relay that we call a Toastmasters meeting. As I told you earlier, we're going to be evaluating every aspect of today's meeting. We're going to be evaluating the prepared speech section. We're going to be evaluating the table topics, and we will be evaluating the meeting itself in general. So we're going to be starting with the prepared speech evaluation. Today, we're listening to two interesting speeches. One was titled "You Never Really Know," and the second was centered around the issues of fibroid. Now, to evaluate those speeches, we have a team of competent speech evaluators, starting with my first speech evaluator, who is Toastmaster Chidalu Okabekwa. I believe she is evaluating a very, very first speech. So when she comes to the lectern, let us welcome her with a warm round of applause. But before I hand over the control of the meeting to her, I would like to read out her profile. She's a young mom and an entrepreneur who has a passion for self-development and growth. She joined Toastmasters with a goal of acquiring the skill to become a great public speaker and leader. With a warm virtual applause, join me in welcoming to the lectern, Toastmaster Chidalu Okabekwa.
Thank you most kindly, General Evaluator. Yes, General Evaluator, I'm right. Thank you most kindly. All right, so to my report on Toastmaster Chinwendu Obona's speech, I will be basing my recommendations on two parts. The first is her content. I really enjoyed the story. First of all, I would like to pay my sincere condolence to your neighbor that died. May her soul rest in peace. And I really enjoyed the story. You never really know. It was a very insightful speech. And in other words, it's just like saying you cannot judge a book by its cover. Really, really good, brilliant. I really enjoyed it. And it kind of brought memories of when my grandfather used to tell us stories. And I think he talked about a similar story like yours, and it was really, really, really interesting. Well done. And then I love the call to action you gave at the end of the speech. It was really good. Well done. Then for your delivery, I loved your confidence. I loved how you came on stage, took over the stage when you started. That was brilliant. Your eye contact was great. It felt like you were talking to me personally. I really felt connected to your speech. I love your smile. You're just like me. I smile a lot, especially when I'm speaking. So I loved your smile. It gave me a sense of warmth. And I'm sure it also gave our audiences a sense of warmth. So One thing about smiling is it makes you connect more with your audience, and your audience are able to relate with you better. And lastly, on your delivery, I loved how comfortable you were with your speech. You felt like you were having a conversation with a friend, or you were gisting with a friend. And I really connected with you as well. Are there things that you should have improved on or done better? Yes. The first one is pauses. It felt like you were moving too fast through your speech, and I was kind of struggling to understand and get every word and every phrase of your speech. I will suggest that you apply pauses in your subsequent speeches. This would enable your audience to fully digest and understand your message and your speech. The second one is the hand gestures. At a point, I felt a bit distracted with the hand gestures. So I will suggest that you apply more purpose in your hand gestures. You'll have to make your hand gestures more purposeful in your subsequent speech. But overall, you did an amazing job. I loved your speech. I connected to your speech emotionally and virtually. Thank you very much. And over to you, the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Chidalo, for that well-detailed evaluation of Toastmaster Chinwendo's speech. Let us give her a resounding applause from wherever you are, virtual applause, please, for Toastmaster Chidalo. Thank you all, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, to reflect and evaluate upon the second speech for today, we have one of the most consistent Toastmasters at Seaside. She is a former VP2 and the current DP membership of Seaside Toastmasters Club. She's a supply chain professional currently working at an energy company. Her interests/hobbies are music, traveling, and reading. Join me in welcoming to the lectern to evaluate the second speech, Toastmaster Miriam Okay.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster sorry. Thank you very much, the general evaluator and our immediate past president, for that lengthy introduction. I'm so glad to see you in today's meeting, so let me fast forward to my evaluation. So for Toastmaster, for Fika Adafiuko's speech, can everybody please give her a resounding round of applause? She really, really tried. She was resilient during her speech. The title of her speech is Fibroid, the Hidden Reality. So that's the first thing I love about your speech, your title. You picked a popular topic that everybody has probably heard regularly, but we hardly know anything about it, probably because we are busy in our individual lives. So the second thing I liked in your speech was the fact that you use PowerPoint slides. And I would say that's like the highlight of your speech, because when you were talking, you had network glitches, which is one of like the major feedback I have for you today, is that next time before coming to the meeting, please check your audio devices, your mic and your network to ensure that everything is working properly. So back to the use of the PowerPoint, it's really saved the show today, because when we could not hear you speak, we could look at the screen and we could see what you were probably going to talk about. One thing I also like still on this topic of PowerPoint is people hardly use PowerPoint during speeches. So that means it took you took an effort to prepare well for your speech. And from what I can see on the slides, the quality of your slides was good. I could see that you referenced the sources of where you got your research from. That is very good. Another thing I liked that I heard during your speech was your use of personal story. You told us about how you went for general checkup in 2019, if I hear you correctly, and you discovered that you have fibroid. I love the fact that you did that. It's personal, so it showed vulnerability on your side. Not only are you talking about a popular topic, you're talking about a personal story that most people would hide. Thank you for sharing your story. We love that. And lastly, on the things I like about your speech today, you gave us an example of somebody that is, again, popular, that died due to complication of fibroid issues. So again, to the things I would advise you work on is your use of time. And I think I can relate that to the fact that you had network issues. Because you had network issues, you couldn't keep to time. So I'm going to end this evaluation this afternoon by saying, keep up the good work, come back and redeliver that speech because we want to learn from you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Miriam. Okay, good to see you too on the call. Now, today we had two amazing prepared speeches, and we're going to be having three fantastic evaluations. Why? That is because the first evaluator for today is delivering an evaluation as part of a speech project. And because it's our first time, that evaluation itself needs to be evaluated by another Toastmaster. Now, to evaluate the evaluation of Toastmaster Chidalu, I've got with me a very powerful Toastmaster. She is the Era 11 director. She's a travel enthusiast. She's an hiker, a motorcyclist who has climbed the highest mountains in Nigeria, Gangirwal/Shapawadi, the highest mountain in Africa, Kilimanjaro, and she's been to the Mount Everest base camp. She is the Era 11 director and immediate past president at Total Energies Lagos Toastmasters. She is really a powerful Toastmaster. Toastmaster Ibinabo Oyibo, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you, Tiama Jan. It's always a pleasure to see you. TM Chidalu, our dear Toastmaster of the month in the division. Congratulations on deciding to embark on your first evaluation. I'm looking forward to seeing more evaluations for you.
Okay.
I will go into the Toastmasters method of commend, recommend, and commend, which is the sandwich method that we commonly use in Toastmasters. First of all, I would start with the beginning when you introduce TM Chiwendu's speech before she gave this speech. I liked that you introduced yourself. I liked that sometimes, although we're introduced by the Toastmaster of the day, it's very easy for people to miss that. Perhaps they're a bit distracted, but you also just, at least you gave your name and why you were there. Then you also introduced TM Chiwendu's speech project. A lot of us may not have had the agenda with us, so at least we're able to know what our objectives were and what level and what she was trying to accomplish in this speech. You also explained that you were evaluating TM Chiwendu. I liked that you, moving on to your evaluation, I liked that you explained TM Chiwendu's background. Then the use of eyes is particularly important in Toastmasters. You were able to use that throughout your evaluation. This is what differentiates between an opinion or feedback. Usually, our evaluation is more of our personal opinion on what we observe. It's also possible that the speaker might disagree with what you're saying and other people might disagree with that. So it's simply your observation. And it's also a takeaway for the speaker. Whether they disagree or disagree, it's also something for them to look at. It highlights certain aspects of the speech. I liked that you talked about her delivery as well. You're able to break it down into delivery and content. What I would have liked you to have done was, there was a point, because I was really looking hard to get something for you to recommend to you, is when you're saying, I would like that you have to use your hand gestures more purposefully. That's telling her that she has to do something. Really, I felt that what you should have said was, I'd have liked you to use your hand gestures more purposefully because I found them to be quite distracting. Because for other people, it might not be distracting. I like that. Also, I like that you're able to talk about her eye contacts, which is something I picked up on. I like that. I liked you also gave examples about your grandfather as well. So you're able to connect. It showed that you showed a certain connection with the speech she was giving. I felt her speech was very powerful and it reminded me of the importance of being human. So I'm glad that you were able to also draw that out of this speech. Other than that, I think you did a fantastic job as an evaluator, and I look forward to seeing you evaluate more speeches. Thank you, the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, team.
Thank you very much, Madam Area Director, for that well-delivered evaluation for Toastmaster Chidalu. I don't know how I forgot about it. Well, congratulations once again, Toastmaster Chidalu, our Toastmaster of the month. That is no mean feat. Well done. Now we have concluded the prepared speeches evaluation. We're going to proceed to the topics evaluation. But before we do that, we're going to take the vote for the best evaluation, best evaluator for today. And to do that, I would like for us to confirm first if all the evaluators are within time. Mr. President.
Yes, they were within time.
All right, that's nice. So we have the poll up already. Kindly vote for whoever you consider to be the best evaluator. I'm voting right now. Submit, done. Now, with the prepared speech evaluation completed, I would like for us to give all our evaluators a resounding applause, virtual or physical. Thank you very much. And the next item on the agenda is the evaluation of the table topics. And to evaluate the table topics is Mr. President, Toastmaster Ebube Modi. He has been introduced so many times today already, so forgive me if I do not introduce you again, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, Mr. IPP, for the warm introduction and calling me up to stage. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon. This segment, I'm going to be evaluating our 3 speakers who participated in the table topics portion of our meeting. First, I'd like to commend our table topics master, who aligned her topics in line with the theme of the day, demand routine. I'd like to say well done to the table topics master for carrying that vision and also for creating her questions in alignment with the team. We had 3 speakers, and our first speaker chose question 3, which she read out, which the table topics master read out the question, and redefining success. What does success look like to you? First, I'd like to commend you, Toastmaster Chidalo, for volunteering to participate in the table topics portion of the meeting. Volunteering is really not an easy feat, but you have shown the zeal and the commitment. So I'd like to say well done to you for that. So one thing I love the most when we asked the question was that first you were comfortable to receive the question and you were able to respond to the question. Now, when the question was asked you, you said you appreciate people who get to convert ideas into reality. You went on to expand the response. You gave us multiple references on that instance, and it was really something that I commend so much about you, something that you were able to think on the feet. I was able to give a spot-on response. So while you were also giving your response, we saw the confidence that were coming out from you. But at the later part of your speech, you had to drop some comments like you forgot the question at some point, and it began to make us to question what is happening. Is she feeling stage fright in between the statement, but you were doing quite well, and perhaps maybe I would have suggested that you had ended there without getting to reference that you had forgotten the question that you were asked. And also, initially when the topics wanted to begin, you had to mention that, okay, perhaps this is your first attempt, which is good, and it's something that I believe that it can also help when we are probably preparing for the session. But right now that we are on stage, I feel that perhaps you need to keep mute on that. It could be an information that perhaps maybe the TMOD or the table topics master can get to have, since we have a lot of people also on the call. But generally, your attempt was good, and I really like to commend you for how well you were able to deliver your presentation and your speech. So I'll move on to the second speaker. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Ibinabo. And again, I would like to commend you for volunteering for the session. You are a leader and you have shown exemplary records of being a leader. By getting to volunteer alone, I'd like to say well done. So you were asked the question, what life lesson you wish everyone could learn, right? Could learn, yeah? So I like the fact that you were consistent with your response. You gave us about 3 life lessons, and some of the things which I noted was, you mentioned that we should work hard for everything, and the second, you said we cannot please everyone. You also went on to give us responses. I love how well you were able to articulate your thoughts within the few seconds. You were slow and steady. As they say, speaking is like a journey. You held us in the hand and you took us on the journey to arrive to the point and drove home your message. I'd like to say well done. One thing I would have loved you to add while you were speaking would be the word of the day, right? You are a student speaker, and we believe that perhaps maybe getting to enhance the quality of your speech or how well fast your speech would also have gone. It would have been nice that you added the word of the day to your speech. So I'd like to say well done. And for our final speaker, guest Mary, you were asked the question on self-improvement. What are some qualities you try to improve in yourself? And again, I love the fact that your response was quite direct. You first of all took us to defining what the definition of self-development is. And in fact, I love the fact how well you were able to take us through the route of getting to define the topic. And then you now came back to begin to respond to the questions. You made reference to Toastmasters, which you said that, okay, Toastmasters, that as we are all here to become better communicators and better leaders. And I was quite impressed, really, for you to go through the route of getting to define what self-development is to you, gave us call to actions on defining, on referencing it to Toastmasters, which is the obvious reason why we are all here. And you then took us to your Excel need, how we need to also learn hard skills on the job, and as well, that's a lot of benefit that we also derive from your speech. One thing I would have loved you to improve, while you were so amazing in your speech, your last statement almost threw everybody off. You said, I don't think I did well. That wasn't necessary, really. You allow, the meeting has come and you have presented, allow people to be the judge on how you did and how you did not do. It is not right for you to begin to demarket yourself. Even when I was seeing that you were so exceptional and doing amazingly well, but at the ending of your speech, you demarketed yourself and said you don't think you did well. So it is not necessary, and just keep mute on that and allow the people to be the judge. Generally, you did a fantastic job, and I will encourage you to avoid getting to use the marketing terms when you have presented, and also well done for the great job that you have done. Generally, everyone, you were spot on your speech, and I'd like to say well done for the amazing delivery of the table topic segment. Back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Table Topics Evaluator, for that very well detailed evaluation of table topic segments. Thank you very much. Let us give him a round of applause, please. I'm sending my own applause tree emoji. Thank you very much, Mr. Table Topics Evaluator. We appreciate you. And now we'll be going to the reports, the evaluation reports properly. And the first person I'll be introducing back to deliver the reports. Our report for today will be our grammarian. She's going to come here and give us a report on our usage of English and how well we apply we use the word of the day. Do we have Toastmaster Ibinabo on? Oh, sorry, Toastmaster Igolo on the call. All right.
Yeah, so good afternoon, General Evaluator. Once again, confirm that you can see me and you can hear me.
Toastmaster Igolo Aniebo, we can see you and we can hear you.
Awesome. So today has been a very reflective day, from the first prepared speech to the second one. And I thoroughly enjoyed the speech today. Thank you, everyone. And even to the table topics volunteers, you guys did an awesome job. Down to the reports, you guys used the word of the day very well, judiciously, I must say. TM Patient started it off with the ball, and she had one use of it. TM Ajani had 3. TM Gona had 5. TM Oke had 1, and TM IB had 1. So our winner of today is TM Gona, the TM Moody. Congratulations.
Toastmaster Igolo, thank you very much for explaining, for giving us a well-detailed report. But it seems like you just ran off from the call without properly handing over to the general evaluator.
Sorry. Now hand over the lectern back to you.
The lecture is well received. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Igolo, for that very well-detailed report. Now, the next role player I'll be calling on to deliver our report is Toastmaster Patience Ode, our counter for the day. Toastmaster Patience, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you very much, the General Evaluator. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
An unknown author states that every speech is an opportunity to improve, thanks to the counter's feedback. Today, the common filler word that was used was the word so. Toastmaster Ogona, as a Toastmaster of the day, was flawless. He had no filler word, no filler sound, no repetitive phrase. Toastmaster Chidalu, as the evaluator of the first speaker, made use of the filler word so once. Toastmaster Chiwendu, as the first speaker, made the repetitive phrase was right once. Toastmaster Merioke, as the evaluator of the second speech, made use of the word so 3 times, 2 times. Toastmaster Wapika was quite flawless because I couldn't get some of the words she used during her speech. Toastmaster Ibube, as a timer, made use of the word, the filler sound once. Toastmaster Merioke, as a table topics master again, had the filler word so 5 times, once. Toastmaster Chiwendu, as a table topic speaker, had used the word so once. Toastmaster Mary, as a guest, used the word so twice, once. Toastmaster Jani was flawless. Toastmaster Mary Oke, when giving her evaluation, used that repetitive phrase, you. Toastmaster Ibinabo, flawless. Toastmaster Ebube, as a table topic evaluator, used the word so once, 6 times, and the repetitive phrase, D, twice. In all, we did well, and the table topics master for today's meeting is no other person than Toastmaster Mary, okay? What do we say to her? Don't do that again. What do we say to her? Don't do that again. Thank you all. Now, I'd like to let us know that we can practice slowing down our speeches to gain more control when we are talking. And with that, it's over to you, the General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Patience, for that very well-detailed report. I know you are a pro, and I'm not even surprised at how flawless you are. Thank you very much. And we hope to see you at Seaside more often. And now the next role player I'll be calling upon to deliver his timers report will be our timer for today. Our timer for today is Mr. President himself. We've had him on the lectern here so many times. But Mr. President, we need you one more time to deliver the timers report. The virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for this opportunity to share with you all my report. For the prepared speech segment, we had 2 speakers, and Toastmaster children they kept to time. Toastmaster Wapika did not keep to time. For the table topic segment of our meeting, they all kept to time. For the evaluation segment of our meeting, they all kept to time. That is the report, and back to you, the General Evaluator. I think you're on mute.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much for that well-detailed report. Now let's give our grammarian, accountant, and timer a resounding applause for that very well-detailed report of their roles. Thank you, Madam Accountant. You said you would like to be a part of our meeting over and over again. Would love to have you over and over again too. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you at Seaside. Now, the next item on the agenda is the General Evaluator's report, and that is my report. First and foremost, I would like to commend the ESCOs, especially the VPE team, and also other members of the ESCOs for putting together today's meeting. The meeting started at 1:05. I know we always start at 1 p.m., but starting at 1:05 is still impeccable. So well done. They started at times, started the meeting by introducing the ground rules, and there later the Toastmasters promise was taken. The site at hand introduced the Mr. President, and Mr. President explained the theme of today's meeting, the man within. He encouraged us to pay attention to our inner self, because if we do that, then we can even become a more presentable person outside. The inspirational quote from today came from Plutarch. He encouraged us to deal with our fears and conquer the man within. That's Mr. President. The president introduced the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ogona Ayahu. The Toastmaster of the day started the meeting and made us all feel comfortable. He was very competent, very comfortable in his role. He played his role very well. Thereafter, he introduced the General Evaluator. The General Evaluator tried, introduced the grammarian and the accountant and the timer. The grammarian Toastmaster Igolo Anibo. I keep messing up the name. Toastmaster Dinabo, Toastmaster Aniebo. Sorry, pardon me. Our grammarian Toastmaster Igolo introduced the word of the reflect, which a lot of us used very well. The accountant introduced our role very well. And also, we couldn't have the scheduled timer on ground, but we had the president himself stepping in boldly to fill the role of the timer. Although I felt like we are burdening the president with too much role. So thank you, Toastmaster Ebubedike, for stepping in to the role of the timer. Now going to the prepared speeches. The prepared speeches today were fantastic. We had Toastmaster Chiwende with a speech titled, "You Never Really Know." She asked us a question: have you ever looked at someone and thought that you have them figured out? She encouraged us to be more empathetic, she appealed to the human side that we have within us. She encouraged us to treat people better. Toastmaster Wafika delivered a speech titled, centered around fibroid. I don't quite remember the title of the speech, but she encouraged women to diet and exercise, to take vitamin D and reduce sugar intake in order to reduce the risk of fibroid. Our table topics were fantastic. The table topics master was excellent in asking interesting questions. Our table topics respondent, CM Chidalu, answered the question by telling us the merit of an idea and how we can convert ideas, the importance of converting ideas into reality. Toastmaster Ibinabo answered the second table topics question, where she encouraged us not to please people, to work hard, and to stick to our own definition of success. Our guest, Mary, talked about the importance of self-improvement and what she considered to be self-improvement. That's improving our own level every single time. She wants to improve our communication skills, our art skills like Excel and PowerPoint, and that's nice. And later on, we had speech evaluations from Toastmaster Chidalu, Toastmaster Miriam Oke, and Toastmaster Ibinabo. I think everybody that played a role today did fantastically well, and I'd like to say well done to each and every one of us. I do have a few recommendations though for today's meeting. I think number one is that before we start the meeting, let us arrive on time. The advantage of arriving to the meeting on time is that so that we can test our network. We can turn on our video and speak and see that if our network can actually carry us speaking while our video is on. That's one of the advantages of coming to the meeting on time. Another thing I want to encourage us is that whenever we're playing a role as Toastmasters, we are Toastmasters. Whenever we're playing a role, no matter how tired we are, let us speak clearly. Let us be very audible when we speak. And another thing I want to add as a recommendation is that I know we have a 2-hour meeting and our meetings can stretch beyond time and we always try to manage time. But I would like us to encourage us to take breaks in between our meeting, at least 5-minute breaks after 1 hour, so that we can be more refreshed and more engaged, so that we won't be tired during the course of the meeting. So that is my recommendations. All in all, I think we had a fantastic meeting with delightful speeches from Toastmaster Chiwedu, an informative speech from Toastmaster Wafika, an interesting tip topics respondents. And before I close, I would have loved if we take at least 2 tip topic speeches from the guests and not just one. Let's add that to my recommendation. All in all, it feels good to be back to Seaside Toastmasters Club, and I'm glad to be a part of this meeting. I would like to appreciate the DPE team and the club ESCOs for having me on this call today. With that said, I would like to hand over the control of the meeting back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ugona Hanyawo. Thank you for having me.
Thank you most kindly, our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Ibrahim Ajani. Our time is fast spent, and for me, my time here is over today. But just like the American author, Frederick Herbert, will say that there is no real ending. It is just the place where you stop the story. So it's not ended at Toastmasters, but for me, the story ends now. To move on, I'll hand control back to our president. But before I go, I want us to reflect on the words of one of my favorite persons of all time, the great philosopher Aristotle. Aristotle said that true wisdom begins by knowing yourself. Of course, it's similar to the words of his mentor Socrates, that man, know thyself. So the great philosophers believe that knowing ourselves, knowing the inner man, is fundamental for us to live a quality life here on earth. For me today, it's been a wonderful learning experience, and it's over to you, the president. Please make welcome the president of Seaside Toastmasters Club as he concludes today's meeting, Toastmaster Ebube Modi.
Thank you so much, the Toastmaster of the day, for your masterful delivery of your Toastmasters duty. Well done for how well you are able to hold us to manage time despite starting 5 minutes late. I'd like to say well done for the skill you have exhibited. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who had, in one way or the other, played a role, who had even joined us as a participant. Truly, without you, today's meeting would not have been a success. But because you joined us as a participant, you agreed to play a role, I'd like to say thank you so much. And in this portion of the meeting, we are going to finalize by getting to recognize some of the most improved speakers. In the Seaside Toastmasters Club, we try to celebrate people, and we also try to give them some form of recognition in form of an award. And in this segment, we had 3 categories: the prepared speech segment, we also have the evaluation segment, as well as the table topic segment. And from your votes are in. We shared the poll and you participated. And I'm going to be sharing my screen so we can announce the result of our most improved speakers and role players. So for the prepared speech segment, we had amazing speakers, Toastmaster Wafika and Toastmaster Wendy. And we have no other person who emerged the winner is Toastmaster Chiwendu Ogbonnaya. So please, with a virtual round of applause, please, can we celebrate Toastmaster Wendy? It's not easy to go through the process of speech crafting, right? When you are done with speech crafting, you have to be rehearsing. People will be thinking, is this Auntie Matt? What is wrong with her? Why is she talking to herself? And she was still able to go through all those hurdles and then come off stage and deliver excellence. Congratulations, Toastmaster Chiwendu, for emerging the most improved speaker for today's speech. Also, we have the table topic segment of our meeting, and the winner for the table topic segment is Toastmaster Ibinabo Oni Oyibo. She is our area director, and please, I would like you, with a virtual round of applause, please, let's celebrate our area director for showing an exemplary leadership, coming to the club and winning the best table topic speaker. Congratulations, Ma, and well done. And also we have the final category, which is the evaluator segment. And we also have no other person than Toastmaster Ibinabo Oyibo. She has decided to break the leg. It's okay. When we grow up, we'd like to be like you, man. Congratulations, Ma, for your amazing delivery, for your amazing evaluation, and well done. So this is it for Seaside Toastmasters Club on the most improved speakers. And I'm going to be making a few announcements. Our final meeting for the year 2024 is happening next week, which is on 16th of November, 2024. It's also going to be a virtual meeting. Now, we did 3 meetings for the month of October and 3 meetings for the month of November, so as we can free up December, because we have a lot of activities going to be happening in December. First, the division is having a division end of year party, which is happening on 7th of December. We hope to be there physically with the division and align with the celebration of the 100 years for the Toastmasters International. Also, we understand that some of our guests may also want to continue in this fire that they have nurtured. Yes, this is the reason why Toastmasters International is a unique club. Seaside hosts our meeting every first and second Saturdays. We also have other clubs that holds their meeting either within the week or either within Saturdays and Sundays. So it gives you the opportunity to even want to visit other clubs, try to see their culture, and also try to join them. We can see some of our guests that has been returning guests in some of our meetings. We see the fire burning. Please don't stop the fire. Try and also visit other clubs so that you can also participate in the session, and also try to take that additional step to become a member so that you can have access to the Toastmasters curriculum and begin to practice begin to activate your Toastmasters journey. Also, I'd like to mention that we have some people within our club that have achieved some milestones within this week. In Toastmasters, all clubs are given a DCP goal to meet, right? So it's more like a target that we have to meet, right? And DCP means Distinguished Club Programs. So we have from level 1 to level 10. And we have some of our members who have been able to achieve some of these milestones that is helping us in our DCP goals. And I'd like to celebrate Toastmaster Chidalo. Toastmaster Chidalo is our division champion who was recognized for the outstanding Toastmaster for the year 2024, October 2024. And she completed her level 1 with this evaluation that she did. Please, can we celebrate Toastmaster Chidalo for completing her level 1? And we also have Toastmaster Kudos, who also completed his level 4. Please, can we also celebrate Toastmaster Kudos for completing his level 4? So all these are build-ups to help us achieve our DCP goals, which is the Distinguished Club Program. And also, we'd like to celebrate some of our guest speakers and some of our guest role players. Toastmaster Wafika, thank you for visiting our club. Toastmaster Patience Ode, thank you for visiting and also playing a role. Toastmaster Ibina, our area director, thank you. We appreciate you. Toastmaster Igolo, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And for every of the guests that are on the call, we want to say thank you so much for sparing this time with us. And we do not take it for granted. And we believe that this time that we have spent has worth the while for you. And in the next segment, which the Vice President Education is going to anchor, we are going to be answering any of your questions that you may have in terms of becoming member of Seaside Toastmasters Club. Please wait behind after the meeting has closed so that we can have a pep talk and also get to introduce the Toastmasters membership program to you and also get to receive your questions. So by the power vested on me as the president of Seaside Toastmasters Club, I'd like to adjourn today's meeting to next week, Saturday, and I also declare this meeting to a close. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending. And you may please exit and let us have our guests stay on the call so that we can introduce them to Seaside Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster Hilo.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Africa. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, so for our guests, yes, so this is the time our Vice President membership may not be the one to anchor this session because she has work to do at the moment. So I'm going to be anchoring this session, and I'm going to introduce Toastmasters International, and I'm also going to introduce Seaside Toastmasters Club. So I'm also going to be taking your questions. So I'm going to begin by introducing Toastmasters International. So Toastmasters International is a global organization, and we have over 14,000 clubs, right? And Seaside Toastmasters is part of those clubs, right? So in Nigeria alone, we have different clubs that are scattered across Nigeria in different states, right? So we are a non-profit organization. What we solely do here is to help members become better communicators and better leaders. So we have seen that one of the skills that is making people not really achieve the potential that they have can either be soft skill as how well you put your thought process together to present your speech, or how well you handle leadership positions. So the advantage of being a member of Seaside Toastmasters Club is that you will have hands-on practical experience to speak, just like you have seen other people come on stage to speak. You also have hands-on leadership experience. You will take up roles, just like you have seen the general evaluator, the timer, right? They take up leadership roles in the course of the meeting, and also we give them feedback. So if you also want to go a step further in the leadership, then you can become an executive, a club executive. You can take up the president's role, the vice president education, and so on. It will help you a lot to manage people and also to manage a lot of things. So that is what we do as Seaside Toastmasters Club. It's just a practical environment where we make mistakes and we continue to learn. So right now, I'm going to be calling us one after the other so that you can introduce yourself. You tell us your name. Yeah, you tell us how you got to know about Seaside Toastmasters Club, and perhaps maybe you give us a general experience on your general remark on how today's meeting went. So I think I'm going to begin with someone who just smiled back at me, Toastmaster Adeze or Fodile. So please, Toastmaster Adeze, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, thank
Good.
you so much.
Okay.
So please, can you just introduce yourself?
Good afternoon. My name is Adeze Ofodili, and I think I've been following Toastmasters for about 4 years now, since COVID. I've attended a few meetings, though virtually, though I've not really done any active participation. So I've always been a guest about 3 times now. And I'm into human resources presently. I live in Lagos as well, and hopefully I like to be part of Seaside Toastmasters. Thank you, as a member. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So how did you see our meeting today? Yeah.
It was good. It's very structured, very serious, because everything follows a particular order, different categories and all. But I think it's a very well organized platform, and it gives you a good space to learn and develop your speaking abilities and potentials. Yeah. So it's a good one, but really formal though, but good, well coordinated.
No, you have emphasized this format. Please, can you tell us how your typical meeting should look like so that we can learn? We're also getting feedback from you. So how do you think a typical meeting should be?
I don't know. I think if it wasn't so formal, it won't, like, things will not appear rigid, sort of. But I think because of the structure, and maybe you're following an international plan or something, agenda. So, but if you could just make it not so, like, I know the second speaker, I can't pronounce her name, I forgot. The one that's Warika, yes, she was a bit nervous. She had a good presentation, but she was nervous, and maybe because of expectations and thinking of what the judges might say, the grammarian and all of that. But it's just really, really formal. But Chiwendu was more relaxed and able to take things lightly. Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's great to have this line of thoughts as a feedback. Definitely we'll work on it. In fact, one thing we intend to introduce for our subsequent meeting is networking. Maybe that will also be a mix of the formal structure and also the social structure. So we've gotten your feedback and we really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so maybe you can drop us your email and so we can also
Yes,
keep in touch.
I get your emails. So I think I'm already on your address book or something. I get emails from you.
Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so let me move on to Guest Precious. Guest Precious, I would like to meet you. Perhaps you can introduce yourself, your name, how you got to know about Seaside, and your impression of our meeting today.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Precious Wilson. This is my first meeting. For some reasons, I've been trying to, okay, no, this is the second, but the first one, I logged in, I think that was last month. I didn't stay for too long, and then I had to like quickly go out. And for the 2 times I've attended, it's been interesting, intriguing. I've been following Seaside Toastmasters on Instagram since, I think, July or August of this year. So I found out about them through Instagram. I was just randomly scrolling through, and then I found out that, oh, what they are doing is about public speaking and all that. And it's in the line of what I do. I'm a HR person, by the way. So public speaking training is part of what I do. So that was even what, caught my attention. yes, an interest about what Toastmaster is doing. It's really interesting. I like that it's formal. You know, it gives us that seriousness because, you know, there's a way, especially for someone that doesn't really know how in the structure works, you could just come in for the first time, and if you don't see serious things, you may just feel like these ones are here to joke. Please don't waste my time. You know, that kind of thing. So on the other hand, I like the seriousness. It makes me see we're here for business. We're here to learn, and you know, like we know what we want to do and we're going ahead to do it. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the feedbacks. I appreciate the evaluation sections, you know, how someone has to evaluate your performance on the go. It's real time, so you already know what to adjust the next time. And I like how at the end of the program, the winners are called out, celebrated. So it's like, so you're evaluated at the spot, you're giving your feedback, and then you're celebrated for even winning. You know, so yes, the structure works. It is. It's quite an amazing place. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate this feedback, and we'll continue to see how to make a blend of the structure and also how Toastmaster Affordable wants us to make it a lot more flexible. Perhaps maybe we'll introduce the networking segment of our meetings. Thank you so much for the amazing feedback. So if I may ask, perhaps you may want to become a member. We can send you membership email if that would be okay with you.
Yes, I think I have actually called and they sent me some information via my office mail, but probably maybe I can request another one because a lot of mails have covered it up. So yes, I had made inquiries like last month about how to be a member.
All right, maybe you can drop your email on the comment section so I can lift it and then
That's
send
fine.
you shipping.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So Toastmaster Chidi, thank you for staying with us up to this moment. We would like to meet you. Perhaps you tell us your name and also how you got to know about us, and if you would like to join us to become a member.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, my name is Chidi Abapu. This is my third or fourth attempt at being a guest to your chapter. There's this intuitive nudging I've had over time to become a member. So I wish I could wind back events, you know. But nevertheless, definitely I want to be a member. I like the structure because this is it's a training program on public speaking and leadership. And structure goes with discipline. Yes, I understand what Adeze was trying to explain. That's our observation and a good observation, but that doesn't mean you water it for that purpose. And human beings do the expected. They do the expected, not expected, you know? So that structure is meant to build some measure of inspection in what is happening. I like today's meeting as always, no doubt. And like I said, I want to make out time to be a member. I selected the form, and I think I'll fill it up and send it, and get a lot more involved. I've freed my time with a few things I've done over the couple of years. So now I think I want to be a member. And I've actually recommended about 3-4 people who have gone through your curriculum in the last 2-3 years. Just that I haven't had the time. But now I think I have the time. You guys are doing a good job. Well done.
Thank you so much. Feedback will continue to do a good job. Feedbacks like this keep us going because, you know, it's a non-profit, which means that we put in a lot of work, really, mostly for the executive, the ESCOs. We put in a lot of work to try and see that our meeting comes up to the standard of expectation. Thank you so much. We do appreciate this feedback. And
thank you.
It's well done. Okay, so I'll be calling on guest Didi Otupo. Guest Didi, please, would like to meet you. Thank you for staying with us up to this moment. Would like to know your name. Would like to know where you joined us from. Would like to know if you'd like to become a member. Thank you so much. Over to you.
All right. Good afternoon. Confirm you can hear and see me.
Good. Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you.
Okay. All right. So I'll take off my camera and continue speaking. All right. This is my first time in the meeting. I'm joining from Port Harcourt. I heard about you in a training. The training facilitator was so good in terms of, I really enjoyed the way he spoke, and it just occurred to me that he had to put some deliberate effort into speaking that way. His communication skills were just top notch, So after the training, I inquired a bit, and he told me about Toastmasters, and I tried online, and I found you guys, and I decided to see if I could join one of the sessions, and indeed, it's a very rewarding experience for me. I'd like to join. On feedback for the session, it was great. This is the communication style expected for leadership in formal organizations. So I want to be able to build my skills in terms of communication skills and leadership experiences. However, on where we could improve, it's around time management. It's not very easy to keep your communication that in keep people focused for 2+ hours. Well, for me, I'm not talking about every other person, but the experience has been great. And I would also appreciate having more information about how to join. I know you have various clubs across Nigeria, and I know that some already exist in Port Harcourt, where I reside. So thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, we'll have clubs in Port Harcourt, right? I can connect you with the president. We'll have Garden City. We'll have PEC 10. PEC 10, I think, is owned by Shell. So we have a lot of clubs in Port Harcourt. If you still want to join us, we are okay with it. However, you may not have physical sessions except until you are in Lagos. But if you can drop your phone number and your email, I can introduce you to the president of Garden City Toastmasters Club in Port Harcourt and the one that is owned by Shell, which is PEC 10 Toastmasters Club. I can drop your contact I can drop you their contact so you can further make inquiry with them. Except you specifically want to join with us, then you can drop your email and then we can send you membership details on how you can join us. Okay, so our final guest is Aliyu. Guest Aliyu, would like to meet you. Thank you once again for still staying up to this moment. We do appreciate it. Please, if you can tell us your name, how you came to hear about us, and if you also like to join us to be a member. You can proceed by unmuting yourself, Guest Aliyu. Okay, Guest Aliyu, are you still there? All right, so.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yes, please. Over to you.
My name is Aliyu Abdullahi. I think I came across this very program on one of the social media. I can't really remember now. I'm speaking from Akure in Ondo State now. I think I'm highly impressed. Although I joined late, but from what I met and up to now, I think I'm highly impressed of the program. I'm much interested in the issue of the leadership and the public speaking. I'm a safety personnel, and I think this will go a long way to make an impact on one's career. I'm very, very impressed, and I think maybe much more in future. I will have much to say on it because I came and I joined the program late. Apologies for that.
No problem. We appreciate that you are still able to wait up to this moment. Honestly, it's a very great experience to have you get to join our meeting. Thank you so much, sir. And you can drop your email. We'll be sending you subsequent messages about subsequent meetings. We can also send you membership information.
Yeah, I received one of your email for this meeting, and I think you have my email already.
All right, that will be fine. Thank you so much, sir. So that will be all for today. We'd like to say thank you to everyone who has waited, who has made comments, who has contributed, introduce yourself. We do not take it for granted. Like we have promised, we will send out membership email, and for Yes, Didi, we're going to send you details of people in Port Harcourt. So please watch your email because we'll try to, as much as possible, to communicate via email. We'll send it across to you so you can take it up from there and discuss with the Port Harcourt people. Thank you so much. And I'm going to be ending this session. And thank you.